Mr. Gimse, thank you for being here. It's such a surprise that Dragos could bring you here. We heard about you since Dragos started to study with you. Can you tell us how was your concert with Mr. Rivinius?
Yeah, for me it was very nice. I think the hall is very nice and the audience, everything was a good experience. Of course, we had a quite intense day because I just met Mr. Rivinius the same day. I know him from before, but I just met him the same day, so we had to practice all the day, and then we played the concert. But
you
nice.
Sound like a duo, like a very well-established duo.
Well, that's nice to hear, but we also agreed before we met that this was quite a short rehearsal, but somehow either it works or it doesn't work. So if we have got like 10 rehearsals, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work anyway. So it actually worked very well. So he's a really good cellist and very nice person. So we had a very good feeling about playing together.
But what makes this compatibility?
Generally, it's mostly a question of quality, because if he weren't so good, it would be more difficult. So it's mostly a question of, to me, flexibility is an important part of quality. So if you have got a really good musician who is not flexible, in my opinion, he's not top quality. So this guy is really nice.
So you say you never met him before? You never played?
Well, I never played with him before, but I met him in a festival. I played with his brother. So and I heard him when I was quite young. So I just I picked him, I selected him, like I had this guess that he would be top quality, and I think that was luckily right. So I was so happy that he could do this.
We appreciated the program you chose, I suppose, together with Mr. Rivinius.
Yeah.
But I would like to know what is your main part or style, or what you play most.
Yeah, you know.
You play everything.
Yeah,
I suppose.
well, I don't know. I don't play everything, but I played quite much with other cellists in my life. When I was quite young, I played with cellists. My brother's a cellist. I played with another cellist called Truls Mørk, who's a kind of famous cellist. I also played with other cellist called Øystein Birkeland, so from Norway. So I know this repertoire quite well from I was young. And that's of course a good start to make it possible to do such a recital in short notice. So I think for a pianist it's important to be able to, from a young age, to listen to string players, because we can learn very much from the string players.
Can you tell us how do you manage to be so energized in such a narrow program?
Well, I think to me this program is very natural to be energized somehow, and it's very different somehow. You know, the Beethoven sonata is a masterpiece, of course, a famous piece, kind of open music and sound, and then the Debussy is a little bit more spooky, and the pieces by Boulanger were new to us both. And then of course the Shostakovich was also a wish from Dragos from the festival. So we picked the program because we thought this could be good to do in quite short notice.
But I'm sorry, I meant your schedule is very strict. You just came, you played the first recital in glory, and then you have another concert, which I suppose you played.
I played
tens times.
Very young, but this is kind of a part of our job as a musician. You know, a plumber has got his job, and an electrician does his job. The musician, you need to be able to tighten, because the 1 year is never looking like spread gently out all the jobs. Some periods are open and you practice a lot, and then suddenly lots of concerts comes in a row. So, and you know, this festival life is very typical like that. So you sometimes even have got to play two concerts in one day, or even 3 concerts in one day. And this is part of the job, actually.
I understand. During pandemic, when did you start to have again intense program?
To me actually,
happened?
the program has been almost all the time kind of intense, because we have had, of course, like all over the world, the first 3 months, when it came, the pandemic, 2020 from March. Then we had 3 silent months, but then for me it was actually nice to be with my family for the first time in a long period, and then it gradually started to be playing again, because like in Norway where I live, normally a normal musical life consists of lots of foreign musicians coming from other countries, and they couldn't come then, so they had to replace all these people by Norwegian people. So I was actually kind of more or less frequently playing. So to me this pandemic period was, I see the branch is suffering a lot. The orchestras are suffering, the theaters are suffering, and especially the young musicians are really suffering. But I by coincidence just escaped from this. I have been playing frequently, but of course it's been very sad to see empty halls and play for 20 people. It's kind of ridiculous.
Can you tell us what is your favorite part from this Grieg concerto?
Yeah, it's some of the parts where I don't play, today at the rehearsal I really like, because then I can listen to the orchestra. But of course, the whole concert is so nice. I think Edvard Grieg was so young when he wrote this concert, so he was 24, 25. So I think kind of every note is for me like in gold.
Great. Thank you for being here. And tell us about your relation with Dragos. Was he the perfect student, or how happened?
He was an excellent student, of course, and it was. We have been working for like 3 years, and he came as an exchange student, and then he did the master studies, and we had kept the contact also afterward this. So I think he's doing very well, and his abilities are very, very broad. So he can play the piano if he wants all the time, or if he can do festivals and stuff like this. Yeah. So it will be really exciting to follow his following career, to see how it develops, because he can go in very many directions.
What is the main part that developed working with you?
I don't know. You have to ask him, because he was very good already when he came. So we've been working on different parts of his playing, and I think all of it was already good. That has been developing. Maybe one of my my main issues when I teach everybody is about piano sound. So to make the sound of the instrument even more natural for everybody and for myself. So that's one of the courses we did a little bit more intensively than other directions.
We loved how you touched our hearts by your touching of the piano.
Thank you so much.